Alright, everyone, welcome back to yet again another hockey card collection video, and this time we're moving on to the Nashville Predators. They're a much shorter team in my collection. I think I only have 3 pages for them, so it should be a much faster video to upload. So anyways, I won't waste any more of your time. Let's get into this one. Alrighty, starting off on the captains here, you have someone we covered in the last video, Shea Weber. Weber's a quite interesting defenseman, obviously was part of that famous PK Subban trade. We will get into Subban later. Next up, you have their current captain and Norris finalist, not Yossi finalist, Roman Josi. I got a couple of cards for him. Been a big fan of him for a long time. Probably one of my favorite Predators. I just enjoy watching him out there. He's a very solid defender. Drop that UD Canvas card. I think he's a very good player. And some may say he was snubbed in the Norris. There's Josi there again. Next up, you have Matthias Eckholm. I remember he was signed to a extension earlier in the year. I think I made a video covering it. Only got a few for him. Eckholm skated in at least 80 games for the third straight postseason in 2016-17 and was one of the 3 Predators to suit up for all 82 contests that year. So Predators dealt up with a lot of injury problems in 2016-17. And then obviously made the Cup Finals. Don't talk about what happened. Next up we have Scott Walker. Old Fleer Ultra type cards. Probably one of the oldest cards we have in the Predators collection because obviously they aren't really that old of a team. Next up, Ryan Johansen. Johansen was potentially in trade rumors a couple of years ago. They were talking about blowing this team up, and now I'd say this team is in a very good spot. Or at least I would say that. MVP card for 2021-22. Next up, you have Mike Fisher, who was a prominent player for the Ottawa Senators and the Predators. Obviously, one of the best players to ever play for that team. Made the Cup Finals twice, lost in both years. Unfortunately, one of the best guys to never win a Cup. We got a video coming up on him very soon, since the Hall of Fame class was just inducted. Rocco Grimaldi, OPG card there. Really took a step up this season for the Predators. Then you have PK Subban. Here's a Subban card right there. And you have his side view card there as well. Subban tallied back-to-back multi-points on October 10th and October 12th, 2017, handing out 3 assists in a win over Philadelphia, notching a goal and an assist in a win over Dallas. So Subban, obviously, interesting players there. And you bring these NHL player credentials. This is Eli Tolvanen. These cards are interesting. I always found them quite interesting. Nothing really much to say about them. I guess they're okay. Next up is Luke Coonan. Been a big fan of Luke Coonan for a long time, especially when they scored that goal in Game 4 against the Hurricanes. It's quite a day, quite a goal. One of my favorite goals of all time. Next up, Ryan Hartman. Been a big fan of Hartman as well. Enjoyed him a lot in Vegas. He followed me on Instagram for a solid second. I have proof of it. It's a proud moment. Next up, Phillip Forsberg, who at the time of recording this is still looking for a new contract. Forsberg's goal with 1 minute left to give extra time Nashville a 6-5 win at Florida on February 4th, 2021. So an interesting stat there, obviously in the Central Division. Next up, we got Ham Hewis, another one of those prominent defensemen. He played in the 2021 Classic, which is where this channel started off. Ham Hewis led the Predators with 63 takeaways in 08-09, which is good for the second highest mark among all NHL defensemen. So interesting there for Ham Hewis. Next up, you have Nick Cousins, solid depth forward. Played for both of my favorite teams, the Flyers and the Coyotes. So obviously been a fan of him for some time there. Next up, you have Victor Arvidsson. Obviously, he is no longer on the Nashville Predators. He's on the Los Angeles Kings now. He was good in his time with the Preds. Next up, you have a Heroes and Prospect card. This is Timofey Shishkinov. So, interesting player there. I'll add that to the side there. You have Luke Richardson. That's the new Blackhawks coach. You have Brad Richardson, who is one of my favorite Arizona Coyotes. Scored that goal to get us into the playoffs in 2020, ironically against the Predators. Richardson's third period tally on January 16, 2021 marked his first goal with the Predators and was the game winner in a 5-2 victory over the visiting Blue Jackets. So, Interesting stat there as well from Arvidsson, or Richardson. Jesus. Next up, you have David Legwand. We got 2 cards for Legwand here. A talented center that can give both his team quality minutes on both the power play and the penalty kill. Legwand came through with a career-high 18 goals in the 03-04 season with the Predators. And you have this card as well. Legwand attended Grosse Pointe North High School in Michigan, then played junior hockey in nearby Plymouth Whalers of the OHL, where he won the Ems Family Award as the league's top rookie in 97-98. So, interesting stat there for David Legwand. Next up, you have Matthew Benning, just a solid third pairing, maybe 7th D. Benning picked up his first point as a member of the Predators setup by setting up Herrick Holla for the first shorthanded tally late in the third period in Nashville's 3-1 victory over the visiting Blue Jackets on the 28th of February. So, interesting stat there. Cool thing is with the Predators, a lot of their cards are a lot more recent, so I can relate to them a lot more. Next up, you have Kyle Turris, who is an AHLer with the Oilers now. There's his Artifacts card. Turris started the 2018-19 season in the NHL by contributing assists in Nashville's first 2 games, road wins over the Rangers and the Islanders. He scored an overtime goal on October 5th to give the Preds the win over the Devils. And then you have his MVP card there as well. Next up there, you have Randy Robitille. So another interesting player there as well. Don't really know him all too well. I'm not sure if he's related to Luke Robitille, but still a cool, interesting player. After that, you have Craig Smith, who is obviously with the Boston Bruins now. Smith earned second star honors on April 6th, 2017, after notching his season high with 3 points, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points, and setting his season best with a +4 rating in a 7-3 Predators win at Dallas. Then you have his 2014-15 card here as well. Smith, the former Wisconsin Badgers standout, tied for second on the Predators in goals and power play tallies in 2014-15 and led Nashville with 252 shots on goal. So, great player with a great shot. And that does it for the skaters. We move on to the goaltenders now, where we have the Patty Waugh of the Pecorine of the Patty Waugh of this collection. I don't even know what I'm saying. Patty Waugh of this collection. In Pecorine. He's got a ton of cards there, so let's get into this one. His upper deck card, we won't read any of these. His upper deck, 010-011. His 09-10 card. Kind of like have every card from like his progressional season. Here's another 09-10 card. Just like every card from the past couple of years. 2014-15. This was actually 2010, 2011, and then 2012, 2013, heading into the lockout shortened season. So, Rene, one of those bigger card players in my collection, so he'll probably go on the thumbnail. Next up, you have Soros, who I didn't know at the time, but he really proved himself to be a great starting goaltender. Have a lot of respect for him. And then there's his MVP card. Soros made 41 saves in Chicago's 3-0 shutout on visiting Chicago on April 3rd, 2021. Next up there, you have Carter Hutton. When he played for the Predators way back then, he retired a little bit ago. Hutton stopped 34 of 36 shots through regulation and overtime. They won in a shootout duel with Roberto Luongo to backstop a 3-2 win over the Panthers in Florida on February 8th, 2015. So, been a long time since Hutton's played for them. Next up, and last but not least, you have Chris Mason wearing that iconic mustard jersey. The Nashville goalkeeper stopped his first 8 shootout attempts he faced in his career. Mason finished with the 2005-2006 season career best 6-game winning streak. He was a 5th-round choice in the 1995 draft. So, interesting player there, and that'll do it for the Nashville Predators hockey card collection. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. A much shorter one, but still pretty long in length. Thank you all very much for watching. Fry Sportsley, I really appreciate it. Next one will be the New Jersey Devils. They're a much bigger team, and the next couple teams will be much bigger. But anyways, that'll do it for me. Thank you all very much for watching. Fry Sportsley, I really do appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe for new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.